Yeah, when we get in, we're gonna.
Nice.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm not because I'm absolutely so excited to marry you, to have you be my wife.
Oh, wait a minute, here, there's.
Found the playroom.
I know.
Okay, I stalked him. I found him, and his profile was awesome. So I found him online, and it was all these great pictures. Sign me up for all of that. So I messaged him.
Started talking.
It didn't happen in one big explosion. There wasn't some televised showdown, no final confrontation where Christine slammed the door and declared she was done. No, Christine Brown's exit from Cody wasn't loud. It was slow, quiet, almost invisible at first. But if you go back and really pay attention, the signs were always there. Little moments when her voice cracked in confessionals, that empty smile when she said things were fine, her pulling away from family functions, her soft refusals to keep pretending. Christine was already leaving in her heart, long before she physically walked away. And when she finally did, it wasn't just about Cody anymore. It was about everything. Years of spiritual guilt, emotional isolation, and a belief system that convinced her she had to sacrifice herself to feel worthy. She was raised to think her pain had purpose, that being a good wife meant staying silent, no matter how neglected she felt. That's what makes her transformation so powerful. She didn't just leave a man. She left an entire identity that was wrapped in obedience, loyalty, and self-denial. But while Christine rises, confident, remarried, finally putting her name on the cover of a book, Robyn is slipping deeper into isolation. Her world is getting smaller. Family members are gone. Relationships she once paraded as evidence of love are now missing. So why is Christine letting go of everything while Robyn clutches harder to what's left? What changed? Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is TLC Sister Wives Daily. If you've been watching this family as long as I have, you've probably felt the shift too. There's something unraveling behind the scenes, something they're not saying on camera. But fans are paying attention. We always have. So make sure you're subscribed, because we're digging into Christine's real exit and the shock and rift between Robyn and Mykelti that's turning heads. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear what you think happened. Let's get into it. When Christine started removing sister wives from her bios, most people probably didn't catch it right away. It was quiet, like most of her moves. But if you followed this family for years, you know that wasn't a casual update. It was a statement. Christine didn't just edit her Instagram and Facebook. She erased the title that once defined her entire life. Gone was TLC Sister Wives. In its place, words like newlywed, reality TV, mom, and phrases about hope, change, and taking control of your circumstances. And that shift is huge, because for so long, being a sister wife wasn't just a title. It was Christine's entire identity. Her role in a plural marriage shaped everything: how she lived, what she believed, and who she thought she had to be. It was the lens she saw herself through, even when it hurt her. So when she deletes that from her public profile, she's doing more than rebranding. She's reclaiming who she is without Cody, without polygamy, without the obligation to keep performing for a family dynamic that never gave her what she needed. Meanwhile, Janelle's bio still says TLC Sister Wives. And it's not a knock. Janelle has her own journey, her own pace. But that contrast is telling. Janelle is still tied to the show's identity, while Christine is walking away from it completely. She's drawing a clear line between who she used to be and who she is now. And who is she now? A wife to someone who chooses her daily. A mom who speaks honestly. A businesswoman promoting health and independence through Plexus. Some people roll their eyes at the MLM side of it, but the language Christine uses, empowered, free, change your life, that's not just marketing, that's personal. That's the message she's living. She's no longer asking for space in a relationship that never made room for her. She's carving out a new life and using every platform she has to show other women that they can do it too. Whether it's through a protein drink or a memoir, Christine is done being quiet. She's not Cody's spiritual wife anymore. She's Christine Woolley now, and she wants everyone to know it. Christine's memoir isn't just another celebrity book deal. It's a confession, a reckoning, and a clean break all wrapped into one. From the moment she read that raw excerpt publicly, it was clear this wasn't going to be some sugar-coated story about her time on Sister Wives. No, this was Christine peeling back the layers of a life built on silence. She admitted out loud that for years she pretended. She smiled for the cameras. She told the world things were fine even when they weren't. And worse, she told herself that lie over and over again. She said the cameras exposed her, that when she watched the footage, she realized she had been living a double life. One face for the world, another buried in hurt behind closed doors. And hearing that honesty, that was the moment fans realized this wasn't just a story of a woman who left her husband. This was a woman finally telling her own story after years of everyone else speaking over her. And Christine isn't being quiet about it. Her book tour is real. She's making stops in New York, New Jersey, Chicago, and Salt Lake City. Every one of those cities carefully chosen, with press lined up and interviews almost guaranteed. The release date was originally scheduled for mid-September, but it's been pushed forward to September 2nd. And the book, it grew. What started as a 288-page memoir is now 320 pages. That's not just filler. That's Christine adding more truth, more details, more moments she needs to get off her chest. This book feels like a final door closing. Christine isn't trying to patch things up with the show or keep one foot in the world she left. She's moving with full force into her future, and this book is her final word on the past. It's a goodbye, not just to Cody, but to the life she was expected to live. When someone's lived under religious guilt, public scrutiny, and emotional gaslighting for years, writing becomes survival. Every word she put on the page is a piece of that quiet pain fans saw behind her eyes for over a decade. This memoir isn't just a release. It's Christine saying, I know who I am now, and I don't need to apologize for it anymore. While Christine's world is expanding, new marriage, new book, new voice, Robyn's world seems to be shrinking. And not quietly, it's playing out right in front of fans who know where to look. Robyn, the wife who once insisted she was the glue holding the family together, is now surrounded by silence. In her latest move, she's unfollowed almost all of Cody's adult children on social media. The only one left? Aspen. Not even Mykelti, who she used to gush about as her baby. Not even Mykelti, who gave her grandbabies and once considered Robyn her second mom. This isn't just a digital cleanup. It's a message. Robyn didn't just unfollow strangers. She unfollowed people who used to sit on her couch, laugh with her kids, and call her mom. And that kind of purge, that's emotional, that's personal. It mirrors the very real distance fans have sensed for months. She's not showing up in their lives anymore. They're not in hers. It's like she's building walls instead of bridges, and she's doing it with intention.
And if you read what Robyn is posting, or pinning more specifically, it gets even more revealing. Her Pinterest boards, which are still public, have been loaded with quotes about betrayal, heartbreak, and relying only on God. One pin reads, God is your source, not people, not your job, not your connections. Another, what feels shattered beyond repair is still in his hands. She's not quoting family unity or healing. She's posting about being let down, about brokenness, about being alone. So what changed? How did the woman who once tearfully called Cody's kids her babies end up cutting ties with nearly all of them? Something clearly fractured, and Robyn's not talking. But the timing, the choices, the tone, it all paints a picture of someone who no longer feels safe, supported, or even wanted by the family she married into. While Christine is pulling her identity out of the sister-wife label with strength and purpose, Robyn seems to be retreating into herself. She's not expanding. She's shrinking. The family she once tried to claim as her own is slipping away. And the quiet unfollows are louder than any statement she's ever made on camera. For years, Robyn made it clear Mykelti was special. On screen, she doted on her, calling her my baby, treating her like the daughter she wished she had birthed herself. It wasn't subtle. Robyn showered Mykelti with praise, shared moments, and even made herself part of Mykelti and Tony's early wedding plans. It looked like the one bond Robyn had that was genuine, not forced or filtered through Cody. So when fans noticed that Robyn had unfollowed Mykelti, jaws dropped. This wasn't just another family unfollow, it was personal. And while Robyn hasn't explained her move, Mykelti and Tony have slowly pulled the curtain back. Through their Patreon, they've hinted, carefully but consistently, that something major happened. They've said there's been distance since Garrison's funeral. Something about that moment, something behind the scenes, created a divide they're no longer pretending doesn't exist. Tony even said they made a conscious decision to pull back from Cody and Robyn after what went down. And they haven't seen them since they moved to North Carolina last year. That's over 12 months of no contact. They've also been blunt about how difficult it would be to visit, bringing 3 little ones across the country, taking time off work, spending money they frankly don't have for a relationship that seems one-sided. There's no urgency in their voices, no sign they feel guilt about staying away. And maybe that's the loudest message of all. They're done trying. The fallout around Garrison's funeral only deepens the hurt. That event wasn't just a family tragedy, it became a turning point. The way Cody and Robyn handled it seemed to leave a bitter taste in more than one mouth. Mykelti and Tony were there. They saw it up close. And afterward, they didn't just drift, they backed away fast. It's heartbreaking when you think back to the old footage. Robyn crying over her bonus kids, saying these girls were her daughters. She swore she'd always love them like her own. And yet now, she won't even follow the mother of her grandchildren. The unfollow isn't about social media. It's about fractured trust, broken promises, and a family that can't pretend anymore. Whatever happened between Robyn and Mykelti, it was deep enough to end years of closeness, and it's left fans questioning just how real any of it ever was. Christine's departure didn't just end a marriage, it cracked the very foundation the show was built on. And now, with every post she makes and every mile she puts between herself and the sister-wife label, she's proving something even bigger. Women who've been conditioned to stay small are learning how to leave. She's not running from conflict anymore. She's walking toward healing. She's not silencing herself for someone else's peace. She's finding her voice and using it to speak truth, not just for herself, but for every woman who's ever been told that loyalty means staying silent. And while Christine rises, Robyn is unraveling. It's hard to watch, honestly. She once claimed to be the protector of the family, the one who brought emotional connection and unity. But now she's alone, her relationships collapsing one by one. Her social media says it all. No more kids, no more bonds, no more effort to maintain the image of unity. She's stuck in a role that doesn't fit anymore, clinging to the pieces of a dream that just isn't real. Robyn was supposed to be the one who understood Cody best. But all that did was isolate her, not just from his other wives, but from his children too. And then there's the show. Sister Wives. Started as a story about polygamy, family, and faith, but without Christine or Janelle, what's left? Cody and Robyn sulking in an empty house? Viewers don't tune in for that. They came for the women who fought to make sense of a life that rarely made sense. Christine and Janelle gave us honesty, frustration, vulnerability. They let us see the cracks. Now, one is gone. The other is quiet. And the show? It's teetering on a version of itself that can't survive without the women who carried its soul. But maybe that's the bigger story here. Christine didn't just leave a TV show. She walked away from years of spiritual gaslighting, emotional deprivation, and the belief that she was less than because she wanted something different. That's not just bravery, that's evolution. It's what happens when a woman decides that her worth isn't measured by how much pain she can endure. So many women watched Christine for years and saw themselves, trapped, smiling, surviving, and now they're watching her leave, not with bitterness, but with joy. That's the legacy, that's the power, and it's only just beginning.